for our Thursday kind of lifestyle channel. We're dealing with mostly with Lifewave and other health issues because we feel that the mainstream media has ignored health altogether. And I'm with two of my good friends. I'm with Grant and Norman. We call Norman the doctor, and Grant as well. Grant is very knowledgeable about different things, and especially Lifeway. Let me see if I can put on the captions.
I consider myself Grant's assistant.
Oh, come on.
Your grandson's assistant. So I'm putting up all the different links, all the ways you could sign up for Lifewave. You could sign up under, if you find Dr. Norman is good for you. You could sign up under him. If you like Grant's effervescent personality, you could sign up under him, or Daniela, or myself, whatever you like. There is a special that's out right now, and I'm going to share that. Let's see how would I do that. I guess regular. I just want to share that if you sign up someone as a brand partner, you can get through Thursday.
I mean Sunday.
Through Sunday, you can get a free sleeve of one of the supporting patches. What they're talking about, the supporting patches, they're talking about carnosine and glutathione, Eon. These are called supporting patches. The main patches that are a little more costly are X39 and X49. What else is us?
That's it.
That's really it. Those are the two. Those are the most costly patches. They run about $90, and the other ones are in the 60s. But if you sign someone up, and I'm just going to share this thing, if you enroll a brand partner this week, enroll Core.
Core's one patch sleeve. Advanced is okay. Yeah.
Right. So if you enroll somebody as a brand partner this week, you will get a supporting patch of your choosing. So that's a pretty cool thing. That goes till Sunday. Danielle and I got a few of our people signed up under us, and we got a bunch of glutathione patches, and we're very excited, and it's so nice for us not to have to scramble. So I recommend that everybody.
What's the bottom, or is that nothing?
The bottom, but okay, let me stop sharing for a second, and let me share one more time just to show you this whole thing. If you sign up, you can the promo enroll and earn supportive patch and X39 sleeves. Oh, you do.
Mean?
So you would just put in the name, I guess. Please upload a picture of your brand partner's personal order. Oh, so if somebody signs up as a brand partner, then you can fill out this form, and you will be able to get the patches of your choosing.
Stop sharing.
Stop sharing. Yeah. Okay. It's really nice to have Daniela here to help me navigate the technological issues. Norman's good with that as well, right? And all of us are learning. This is a great experiment in a kind of a new aspect of communication platform, in that we're just like we're just sharing. We're just like regular people. We're not big broadcasters, and yet we have information that the rest of the world should be clamoring for. All right. So with that said,
hi Sandra.
Hi Sandra. Yeah. Hi Tom. Sandra. I started buying Lifewave. Thank you so much.
Good for you, Tom.
Tom's Carib. So we really appreciate it. And Sandra, never miss a comment. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. So we just want to welcome everyone back to our lifestyle channel. We have a new product that we may want to introduce, that we want Norman to talk about, but we've been talking about glutathione.
Norman. So about the glutathione, because the new thing you're talking about is the methylene blue. I kind of wanted to talk about that as well. How it's.
I'm not. We can talk about it. I'm not a big proponent of methylene blue. I don't
Okay.
take it personally. I did listen to what Dr. Paul Saladino said,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the things that Paul says, uh,
Uh-huh.
you might find that a year later he contradicts himself, or
Right.
maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe,
Because
or
he
maybe,
does that too. Yeah.
maybe he gets new information. Um, you know, I mean, I know people taking methylene blue who are not peeing blue, but that's because of the way they take it. They just drop it in water. Um,
Right. Yeah.
I know people taking methylene blue who are raving about it, but it's not something that I'm really personally into. So if I'm not personally into
Yeah.
something,
Me neither. Yeah.
I I tend to not really want to talk about it too much. I'm not trying to
Hmm.
avoid it. I'm just saying, like, I don't
Right.
have a lot of personal experience. If we're going to talk about glutathione, the three of us or the four of us, from whatever perspective, we probably have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Agreed.
Have
So,
you guys heard of the DMSO? Any experience
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
yes.
I take DMSO um, on my skin.
Do you apply it or do you drink it?
No, I don't drink it.
So
I
I
also
wonder.
I also have I know that there's been a lot of talk about using it in your eyes, and that's just a little scary to me.
Yeah, I don't know about putting a wood product in my eyes.
Yeah, well, and I remember it from labs when I was a little younger that we would color our specimens with methylene blue to look at them under the microscope. So I'm not sure I'd really want to get on that bandwagon just yet.
I've heard. I've done some research about the methylene blue. If you don't mind me saying something about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
What I've been finding out is it's all dependent on your dosing whether or not you pee blue or not.
Correct.
And from what I've surmised is that your body reaches the point of saturation, and so when you reach that point of saturation, that's when you start peeing blue. If your body hasn't reached that point of saturation, you pee clear. So I thought that was interesting. So it's a way to, I guess that's a way to kind of um, find out where you are on the scale.
Well, if you take a lot of B vitamins, which are water soluble, you're going to pee yellow.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Oh,
don't. I don't
interesting.
know
I did.
what. I don't know that that's. I don't know that that's bad.
No,
You
it's
know,
just your body eliminating what
if
it
you
Yeah.
doesn't
if
need.
you if you pee clear, if your pee is clear, you're more than likely dehydrated. Um,
See.
and and my wife has experimented with methylene blue, and I asked her, and she's like, I didn't see any blue pee. But like I said before, I think you're right, Grant, about dosing, and I think the other thing is how you actually administer it. So if you take a dropper, it's a liquid, right? So if you take a dropper
Yes,
and you drop it into water, and it turns the water blue, right? But
right,
then you drink that, it's not. It doesn't have the same effect. First of all, your tongue doesn't turn blue. It doesn't
right.
have the same effect as if you were to just drop it right into your mouth.
Interesting. So your body assimilates it differently if you mix it with water.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
I think your kidneys and bladders experience it differently.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I take electrolytes too, I notice my pee's yellow. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
That
so
vitamin
I'm
B
not
complex is what
dehydrated.
gets me yellow.
So I have to watch you.
All right, all right.
Nutrient.
So we'll move on from the pee conversation, um, but
We're gonna move to the G conversation.
right. I just want to make sure that everybody understands because I had a question today in another broadcast, and somebody said, "How do I sign up?" So basically, the way to sign up is to you can let me go on to that whole thing that has it, you can go on to Norman's lifewave.com or Daniela's you could, in other words, when and correct me if I'm wrong, because
Yeah.
I'm not the one who really
Yeah.
signs people up. But you want to say how you do it?
I'll correct you.
Okay, she'll correct me. So that's her job, is to correct me. So, and she does a lot of it. But there's okay, so you sign up, you go to lifewave.com, and then you click on it, and then you put in the person who referred you to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
or,
but you
or,
need to go to back
or you can
office though.
or you can just type in the
Oh,
lifewave.com slash.
slash Q drummer
Yeah.
woman 17.
There's no link to click on or
Right. You
anything. You
can
can
go
that's
onto that.
that faster.
And the thing we've been advised by Dr. Stacy, in order to get the good discounts, instead of going to shop, you go to brand.
No,
Uh,
join.
join. I'm sorry, join.
And then you click the enroller. That make sure it's checked off, and then click continue. You don't want to sign up as a starter enrollment, because that'll be the $25, and you don't get any wholesale pricing or any deals. So you want to do the core pack or higher.
Is somebody's sound is kind of bleeding
Yeah.
through. You guys
Is it
go
Grant?
go
It's
Grant, just go on mute.
usually it's Grant.
Just go on mute for a second.
I'll see. I'll see if it's me. I don't think it's me, but
Yeah.
It,
Maybe it's Norman.
it's not Grant.
It's not us. I don't think it's
Because
us.
Norman's outside this time, so we don't know.
maybe it's Norman. You got outside noise out there, Norman? I
Yeah,
think he
better,
muted.
Okay, okay.
better.
He
Okay,
muted himself.
so you go to the website, you go to lifewave.com / Q drummer woman 17, and then you go to, not to shop, but to join. And you join, you want to say the rest?
So after you click join, you have to make sure the check mark you click as an enroller, which is me. So after that, you don't want to look at the starter enrollment, which is the $25, because you don't get any wholesale pricing. You don't get at the a lot of patches, because if you buy in a bundle, it's way cheaper than you would buy it separately.
Right. So you want to get on her
So
website, click her name, right?
you want to
Go to
go in
join.
you want to go in the core pack or higher. So those are your only options: core pack, the advanced pack, and so forth.
It's better to get a couple of sleeves of different things
Because
to
for the core pack, you get 6 sleeves. For advanced, you get like 12 or something, and then you get
right. So it's a
whatever
little
you
more
sign.
expensive, but you're
Yeah.
getting a much better discount, and then you become a brand partner, and you can share with other folks and get free patches, or
Mhm.
just you start to earn an income. So we just wanted to clarify that a lot of people
Yeah,
aren't.
because I accidentally signed people up the wrong way, so I asked Dr. Stacy, and she's helping me get through it. So it's good too to make mistakes too, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's good to make mistakes,
Yeah.
and you learn from your mistakes. But we're all learning this together. And Norman, did you want to talk about your experience about glutathione? Is a major issue. The I guess before we go to glutathione, it's just worth mentioning that the core of the Lifewave product is really X39 and X49, and those activate the copper peptide, and there's another peptide, a sister peptide, which is X49, which deals more with your muscles. And I can just say from experience of working on the land that having X39 and X49 every day is tremendous for mitigating pain.
Well, the Eon
If
too.
you still have pain issues, Eon is a tremendous patch. Like the Ice Wave is very good for specific pains, but the Ice Wave does not mitigate the issue. Whereas X39, X49, and Eon go to the root of the problem, which is totally revolutionary in today's medical practices, because The medical community deals with symptoms. Here you're dealing with resetting stem cells. I think, Norman, I'm still hearing you. There you go. Thanks. The core packs, the core of this LifeWave experience that was designed by David Schmidt, and he studies longevity. He's really trying to reduce aging.
Grant this time.
Granny, are you making noise? You
No,
guys are bad boys. I'm going to put you guys. I'm
I'm
giving you
sitting here quietly. I don't
detention.
have
So
any.
we're
I've got
giving
the
out
door
detention
closed. I'm
today.
completely silent.
You're going to go to the principal. I mean, okay, you're good. Okay, so the core of this whole thing is the X39, X49. When you go on and you become a brand partner, you can get a couple of sleeves. If you really want to experience the benefits of this technology, you need to do it for a while. I mean, some people feel it
Yeah.
right away. Daniela feels it right away,
Yeah.
and I feel it right away. But I've been taking it for 3 years. So the Dr. Stacy says you need to do it what a month.
A decade, something.
Yeah, I think she says do
It's
it
hard to
for a
remember.
month or 3 months for every decade you're old. I think it's one,
6 months.
6 months for every decade you're old to experience. Now, Grant, you've had experience right away. You want to just share some of the things that you've experienced from your patching so far?
Sure. The thing I noticed first, I got the builder bundle. I guess that was when I signed up. I guess that's the advanced, and so I got X39, Eon, and I think glutathione. Those are the three that I got in my package. And so I went and tried those right away. The thing that I noticed significantly with the X39 is I woke up because I was so I got it at night and I was so anxious to try it. I know you're not supposed to wear them at night, but I was I couldn't help. I was like a kid in a candy store, you know. So I put a patch on, an X39 patch, and that was the only one I put on. I didn't put the glutathione on yet. I just started with the X39 because I wanted to see. Okay, well, you know what's all the hype about it? I got to see how this works. And I put that on, and I woke up in the morning about 8, which for me is just unusual because I usually am so drained, and it's primarily because of my diabetes. It just sucks all the life out of you. But I woke up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I just hopped out of bed like like a jack in a box, and I'm like, wow, that's
Good.
that's interesting because it's just totally unlike me, and or it has been for the last year or so, and I noticed a significant amount of energy of clarity. So like I could think better. I felt better. I still had the pain, but it didn't really help with the pain. Um, but that's another issue. We can discuss that later if you want. But that was the biggest thing that I noticed right away, immediately, and I was really surprised because I know Eli's been saying, well, I took it for 3 years before I could stand on one leg or something, whatever it was. So he says it took him a while. So I was very encouraged that I had such a showing that quickly, overnight. And then I added the glutathione, and I think in previous broadcasts we've discussed that probably beat the dog to death, but the biggest thing I noticed that is the reduction in inflammation. Specifically, the thing that I noticed the most was with my prostate issues, and since I've been using the glutathione, I haven't had any of that, which to me is like someone sending me a Christmas gift every day.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You don't have to wake up 4 or 5 times a night. Trust me, That's huge
Yeah,
because
that's
that
life
interferes with your sleep, your rest and your sleep process, everything. It really has made a huge difference in my life. And if I had to give the glutathione patch up, I think I'd cry because it has made such a difference in my life. And it's one of the cheaper patches. It's only $60 a month. So
Yeah.
um, it's a significant difference. The other one that I added, and this was on the recommendation of Dr. Stacy, is the SP6.
Mhm.
And I'm still not 100% clear on what the SP6 targets. I've had a few discussions about it, but the thing that I've noticed is that my sugar regulation has improved. Not significantly, but I think I need to be on it for 3 to 6 months before I see anything. But I do know that it is working, and that's something that Dr. Stacy recommended that I added. So I do the SP6, I do the glutathione and the X39, and then I bought some X49, but I haven't really been using it because I'm not really sure what I'm using it for because I don't do anything.
Mhm.
I don't go out and exercise. I don't, so I'm wondering if maybe I'm missing something that it'll help me with my muscles because I have some rheumatoid issues with my joints and muscles specifically, and so I guess I need to do some consult on that to find out if that's something that will be improved with it if I start using the X49 in addition to the 39.
Yeah, I find the X49 does. I mean, you might find yourself getting more active if you put
Yeah.
on the X49. But you mentioned also
The
about pain.
SP6.
The SP the S
Because
well,
it
no, but
has to deal.
well, the
Because he said he
SP6
wasn't
deals with
sure.
endocrine issues. So
And the
if you're
hormones.
diabetic, that's probably why she asked you to take the
Right,
SP6,
right.
uh, because it's a hormonal
Yeah,
kind of
hormonal thing.
issue.
Yeah.
The other thing is you mentioned pain, but the Eon is
Yeah,
excellent. Have you
I
tried the
think he's
Eon for?
taking that.
Yeah,
You are taking it.
I used the Eon. Um, that's when I added later after my first order. Um, and yeah, I use the Eon. I put it different places depending on how I'm feeling. Um, but I think that has helped with the pain some. I think that the glutathione and the Eon work together. They're synergistic, where the glutathione reduces the inflammation, which can cause pain. If you have inflammation, you can experience pain. So I think the culmination of all the patches that I'm wearing, I think they all seem to work synergistically. At least for me, I also got the Cardicin
Carnosine.
Carnosine,
Yeah.
yeah.
carnosine, but I'm not really sure the purpose of that. I bought
Well,
some.
so the carnosine that Dr. Stacy just said on Tuesday, she said it's actually part of the brain health, which it's also takes away toxins. Not like glutathione. Glutathione goes like anywhere that you need it to be taken out, right? So the carnosine takes it's for your heart that takes
and
it to,
and brain too, right?
yeah.
Heart and brain
Yeah.
is the carnosine is more
Yeah, for the
specific
toxins, yeah.
than glutathione is sort of a general.
But also the carnosine is good for the eyesight and for balancing also.
Okay, so that's the reason why she suggested the Cardicin. So I have added it, but I haven't really been using it. I've used it a few times, but I think I
Uh-huh.
probably need to use it more consistent. Um, but the thing that I found is you can only use um, two of the three um, like the glutathione and the Eon, you can use those together, but you can't add the third one. You can't add the card. You can't wear 3 of them at the same time. You can only wear 2 of them. So I have to decide, well, what's more important?
Is that what Dr. Stacy said, or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah?
Well, that's what the guide says as well.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
That
I
that
never.
you're
I
not.
didn't know that.
So I was curious about that because, gosh, I wish I could wear them all of them, but I was just being cautious, maybe, because
Because
following
I've
the
heard
label.
I've heard that David Schmidt wears like 20 patches, the inventor. So that's interesting. I never heard that. I'll ask Dr. Stacy on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah. Find out if you can get some clarification on that, because I just find that for me that's problematic. If I have to give up one to use the other, does that make sense?
Yeah, I never heard that. So
Yeah, me neither.
I'll ask Dr. Stacy what maybe there was a misunderstanding. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. I would like some clarification, because I don't want to give other people the wrong information either.
You're right. Yeah.
Right, right. How is it going in terms of sharing? Are you able to are you finding people interested in the
I have
product?
found a few people. I approached my physical therapist and she seemed very excited about it. And then I brought her some information, and then the next time I saw her, she goes, "Oh, one of my other patients also is in the life." I'm like, "Oh, dang it," you know. So I think she got stolen out from under me, but that's okay. As long as people are getting
Yeah.
the benefit from it, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in this thing to make a bunch of money. I'm more into it for helping people. That's if somebody asks me something, I'm going to give them the information, from my perspective, and that's just how I am. I've done that throughout my whole life, whether it was in business or just for advice and friendship. Um, and I think that just goes down to who you are.
Well, shall we change the direction of information and go? Norman, you want to share about your thoughts about glutathione and this other product?
Yeah. So, we've done this show now several times, and we've been, focusing on patching, but we've also, within that modality or technology, we've talked a lot about glutathione. So I don't know if I want to go back and talk about what glutathione is. It would take a long time to sort of talk about what it is, how it's made in the body, and so on and so forth. But I think Daniela said it best. It 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 goes everywhere where it's needed. It's the master antioxidant. It's a tripeptide. It's needed for detoxification and so on and so forth. But what I wanted to do, if I could, is talk about a product that I found. I want to tell a personal story, but also want to just sort of try to describe it this way. So there are various forms of glutathione. You can take it orally. You can take it in a liposomal form. You could take it intravenously. You could take it sublingually. You could take it as a suppository. You could take it in a patch. You can inhale it, or you can take it nasally. Um, I don't know how many things I just mentioned, 2, 4, 6, 8, probably 9 or 10. The majority of them, a lot of them are weak in terms of their ability to deliver glutathione into the cells, because they have to go through the digestive system. They have to go from the mouth to the cells. And we know that in order for that to happen, it's got to go through the digestive system. And most things just don't make it. Patches don't use the digestive system per se. Intravenously doesn't use the digestive system. And inhaling it doesn't use the, meaning it's not impacted by the digestive process. So, but that's if you're taking if you're trying to take glutathione itself. If you understand the new science that Immunotech, which is the name of the company that produces Immunical, has patented, tested, and proven, then you're not taking glutathione, you're taking something that is part of the building blocks of glutathione, and it enhances your body's ability to produce it. Because we produce glutathione, but as we age, we start to produce less and less of it. So there are some things that I'm referring to by virtue of what I just said. One of them is NAC, N-acetylcysteine. Another one is sulforaphane, which is an enzyme that's in broccoli sprouts and other cruciferous vegetables, and undenatured whey protein. Undenatured whey protein and NAC, N-acetylcysteine, have been, again, studied for decades and decades and proven to raise glutathione levels in the body because it helps you produce your own glutathione and enhances your ability, particularly in the liver, to produce it. So the product that I take now, and that I know that Daniela and Ellie have started taking too, is undenatured whey protein plus cysteine, which is what's part of what it's referred to when they say N-acetylcysteine. Now, N-acetylcysteine or cysteine is an amino acid, and undenatured whey protein is made from milk. Now, before I forget, there's something else worth noting, which is that if you eat a diet of eggs, raw milk, and animal protein, let me repeat what I just said. Eggs, particularly organic, pasture-raised, soy and corn-free, probably local eggs, raw milk, and animal protein, you're getting the best possible, you're using the best possible source in terms of diet of these building blocks of glutathione, and mainly cysteine. Remember, there's three things that produce glutathione: glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. That's what they mean by a tripeptide. Sulforaphane is a very, very interesting molecule, studied by Johns Hopkins University and numerous other places. Dr. Rhonda Patrick has been talking about it on Joe Rogan's show. Huberman Lab has reported about it. And it's contained in the sprouts of broccoli seed. And interestingly enough, the product that we've been started taking, you take the undenatured whey protein plus the cysteine, which is just a powder. It's in a packet. And you add a booster to it, which adds 21 organic fruits and vegetables, plus the main first ingredient is the extract of broccoli seed. So the sulforaphane is what's known as a cofactor, or what else? How would you refer to it? It helps the other nutrients to produce and to raise glutathione levels. Sulforaphane is what's contained in broccoli. Anti-cancer. It's just an amazing thing. So I actually just ordered organic broccoli seed, and I'm going to start doing my own sprouting. But so the product is Immunotech. I mean, the company is Immunotech. The product is Immunical. It's undenatured whey protein plus bonded cysteine. It's the most bioavailable form. It doesn't break down through the digestive process like NAC does, or some of these other products. NAC, by the way, I mentioned before, is effective, but only 15% of it survives the digestion. So 85% of it's lost. Now, the 15% that survives does help with producing with enhancing glutathione production, but but um, uh, but the bonded cysteine that's added to the whey protein is what's been discovered to survive the digestive process. Sulforaphane in the form of broccoli seed extract, we're not concerned about what happens in the digestive system. We actually want it to do its thing by consuming it. So, I mean, you can also eat broccoli sprouts. You can eat more broccoli. It's just the problem is you just can't eat enough broccoli to make a difference, and particularly if you don't like broccoli. Remember, your mother said, "Eat your broccoli." There's probably a reason. There's probably a reason why she said that. The other thing I mentioned earlier is I said something about food. There's another cofactor for GSH production called selenium, which is a trace element. And selenium is found abundantly in foods grown in selenium-rich soil. Okay. Now, I slow down and say selenium-rich soil because our soil is very depleted. It's becoming increasingly hard to find, soil that is rich in all of the trace elements, all the minerals. But when you can, including if you do your own growing, once again, that's meat and that's animals raised on the plants that grow in selenium-rich soil. I mean, there's a slew of things that are part of our normal diet. If our diet's good, that includes vitamin C. Vitamin C.
I'm on top.
What?
We got rearranged.
I didn't hear what anybody said. What'd you say?
I said, I'm on top. I'm on top.
Oh, I see. You flip. So anyhow, so selenium, vitamin C, B12, what you can't get if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, although some people would probably argue that you can, if you eat like something like tempeh or whatever. But, generally speaking, but those things, B12, folate, vitamin C, selenium, vitamin E, all of those things work together with this product that I'm talking about to raise your glutathione level. So in a perfect world where money's not an object and you kind of understand what we're all saying here, I'll just share with what I'm doing. I'm patching, I'm taking Immunical every day, and I'm eating broccoli seed sprout every day.
Wow, that's quite a regimen.
Should I tell my story?
But it's easy because we have a product that combines it all. I mean, you got the patch and you got the product, and it's pretty simple. So I said I want to tell a personal story. So on December 28th, I left. I think I might have told this story already, but I'm not sure. On December 28th, I left Las Vegas. It was about 70 degrees. And we flew to Michigan because that's where my son lives and my grandchildren, his two kids. And we landed in Detroit. It was 14 degrees. We were there for 8 days. It snowed, not like it did recently, but I mean, we got about 10 inches of snow. It was super cold outside. I wasn't used to it. I haven't been to Michigan in about 50 years, so it's like whatever, and because of that, because of the temp, because of the weather, we were in the house a lot. I mean, we did a few excursions and went out to eat a couple times, but we were in the house a lot. Well, everybody was sick in the house. My son was sick. The kids were sick, runny noses, snotty noses, coughing, whatever. But that didn't, I mean, we went for a specific reason, which was to be with them, and no one called us and said, don't come, we're all sick. So we were convinced this was a petri dish and we were going to emerge with, with the same flu or whatever they had. 8 days in that environment. I had been on the Immunotech at that point for a month and a week or two. Not only did we not get sick, we still haven't gotten sick. Neither one of us. So I every time I've ever traveled to the East Coast, which is where I'm from, New York, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Wilmington, and in this case, Michigan. Well, Michigan's different because of what happened, what didn't happen. But every time I've ever gone to the East Coast and been on an airplane for 4.5 to 5 hours, I've gotten sick. Not this time. So, it's not called Immunical and Immunitech for frivolously. The I stands for immune system, and our immune system's involved in in pretty much everything. So, I'm convinced,
One,
and I wore the patches as well, and I think that's a trifecta, in my opinion, is the patch, the product, Immunical, and making sure that you're getting sulforaphane. I mean, look, there's other things: radish sprouts, broccoli sprouts, cauliflower. There's some other versions of this, but this is a particularly potent one. It's the one that's most studied, and it's the one that's most readily available, including the fact that you can do it yourself. Now, what happens is when I make my dog's food, I buy the broccoli sprouts, and before I put the meat in the blender, I put in a complete container of broccoli sprouts
for the dogs.
for the dogs.
So the
Yeah.
dogs don't get sick either.
Um, yeah, for the most part. I mean,
The-
they get dog stuff. I don't know. Half time, I don't know what it is, but
people say that they're jealous of Norman's dogs.
Yeah, they are.
That his dogs get better treatment than most people, better diet than most people.
yeah, a friend of mine said when he comes back, he wants to come back as one of our dogs.
So should tell my.
Oh yeah, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, so I've been I don't know how probably about a month or whatever. I've been using the Immunical cuz it cuz I had speech issues and I couldn't think clearly even with the patches. I think the patches take longer, including the glutathione. I don't think that works as right, because I was missing something else while wearing the glutathione patch, and then Norman here introduced me into the Immunical, the booster, and the whey protein, and I feel it right as soon as after I drink it, because I feel more clear headed, and I can talk without thinking what I'm gonna say. And then I get scared. I don't get scared anymore of, oh, should I say this or that? I just
Right.
So
I
you,
don't I
I
don't
think
you
stop talking.
I just keep saying over and over again that, and by the way, that's not something that she's just saying. I think if you've known Daniela for a while, and I mean, I haven't known her for a long time, but at least, for a year or so now, or more, I noticed the difference. So I think that's amazing. And there's a lot of evidence about that, scientific evidence about, you know, uh, by the way, I need to send you something about rheumatoid arthritis and glutathione, Grant. But
yeah.
but
Also send me the vision thing. I still haven't seen that.
that's because of your vision.
Yeah,
Well, see that all the more reason.
No, I emailed it. I emailed it to you.
Okay. I don't know
That's
why I can't find it.
I'll send it again.
I need to get a new pair of glasses, I guess, so I can see.
That's so funny. Yeah, but yeah, I just think that it's really it's really amazing, and whether you're talking about something that's more emotional or more in terms of brain fog or clarity or of mind or whatever, or you're talking about not getting sick, or you're talking about specific sicknesses or illnesses that are chronic, um, we know that glutathione and antioxidants are involved because basically, we like to say that all illness and all sickness comes from inflammation, which is true.
Right.
But where does inflammation come from? And inflammation comes from free radicals and oxidative stress, and that's what's being worked on when you take when you increase your glutathione levels.
Can you go into a little more depth on the difference between the Immunocal and the Immunotech? Are they two different products?
No. Immunotech is the name of the company that makes Immunical, and they've been around for about 25 years. But we in the United States didn't really know a lot about it or hear a lot about it because they were born um, in Canada and in both Canada and South America at various times. But
Okay.
now it's being introduced into the United States, um, and it's not that no one. I mean, look, you can go into the store and buy whey protein isolate. You can go into the store, into the some kind of healthy store or whatever, and buy NAC. NAC was something during COVID that a lot of functional medicine doctors were recommending because of its ability to clear up mucus in the lungs. But 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 you can't find. I don't know of any place you can find whey protein isolate, unddenatured whey protein plus bonded cysteine. That's the Immunical product. Immunotech's the name of the company.
So now, would that have any effect? I'm going back into my own issue again. So, but maybe it applies to somebody else. Where I've had this pesky stroke that really degraded my health. Um, would this be something that would be beneficial for that?
So, would you agree that a stroke is kind of a form of a traumatic brain injury?
Yes, I would agree. It
Okay.
was mine. Mine was caused by improper anesthesia,
Oh,
Oh wow.
really? Interesting.
and
Right. So
yeah.
so I mean
But
TBI
anyhow,
TBI is typically a sudden event. Like a boxer, a football player.
Mhm.
Um, uh, it could, like TBI, like follows a bump, a jolt, a strike. Some kind of something to the head, right?
right?
But a stroke also can be rather sudden, right? Like
Uh
there's
huh.
there's not necessarily like like you don't really get prepared for it.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it's a shortage of oxygen. The oxygen is not flowing properly to the brain. Um, that's why they begin. You probably take a blood thinner or have taken a blood thinner. Um,
Um, I only thing I take is the low dose aspirin.
okay. Well, low dose aspirin is supposed to thin your blood.
Yeah, it does.
Right. Right.
Um, so here's what I know is that there was a study at the University of California in San Francisco that showed, and it was done by neurologists, and it showed how glutathione was at such times. It, glutathione was at how can I say it, was implicated. Low glutathione was implicated when animals experienced a stroke. Um, so so they demonstrated, basically as a result of the study, they demonstrated that glutathione depletion contributes to the more narrowing of the arteries and the starving of oxygen to the brain. So if you can improve that, this is what I think you're asking. If you can improve that, reduce oxidative stress, eliminate free radicals, and by taking something that improves your glutathione levels, enhances them, the answer's got to be yes.
Okay. Yeah, mine was an ischemic stroke in the on the left side of my. I think it's called the cerebellum. bottom left lobe,
Uh-huh.
and it was a simple brain bleed, but because I didn't know what happened to me until
You know what's
almost
amazing
a
about
year
you?
later.
What's amazing about you now that, since we've been introduced, is that your openness to things. I have to tell you guys a quick story. Can I tell Eli?
Yeah,
Do I have
Please.
enough time for another story?
yeah. Let's
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. Go
We
ahead.
always have time for you, Norm.
I have a neighbor. I have a neighbor, here in Nevada that moved from New York, and he was in the warehouse construction business. Like he built warehouses. So he had like a lot of experience with, like subcontractors and people that, work for him to create a product, at the end of the day. So so when he got out here, he wanted to do some landscaping. He wanted to build a pool. He wanted to do all these different things. And rather than turn it over to somebody, he became the GC, the general contractor. And there were three different companies involved in the process. And one day, uh, or the day that he was supposed to see one of the subcontractors, who he had already paid a deposit, some money to, uh, didn't show up, and then he didn't show up again. He didn't show up again. So at the end of the day, he fired him. And after he fired him, one day somebody knocked on his door. His wife went to the door, and she opened the door, and someone said, "We came to pick up our buckets." And she was like, "What buckets?" The buckets that we left here. You fired us, and we left buckets here, and we came to pick them up. And she said, "I don't have any buckets on my property. I don't know what you're talking about." And because of all that sort of tumult at the front door, her husband came to the door. And as soon as he broke the threshold of the door, somebody came from around the side of the house and cold cocked him and
Oh my!
hit him in the head. And he fell to the ground, and he wound up at the hospital with a brain bleed.
Wow!
His brain bleed was so bad that a physician looking at the images asked where the body was, because they figured no one would survive. So, it can happen. You can get hit in the head. There's just a gazillion ways that it probably could happen that you could wind up with the same thing. Now, years later, several years later, he still has like a little problem with his memory. I mean, thank God he's alive, and thank God he's mobile, and so on and so forth. But he's not 100%.
Oh, that's amazing.
And the reason I tell you the story is because I tried to introduce him to glutathione, but 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 his doctors, Ellie will appreciate this. His doctors are like, that's not going to help. Whatever.
That's because they're quacks.
Yeah.
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 Well, it doesn't make him any money.
Yeah, they're not naturopaths.
Yeah.
They're mainstream medical industrial complex.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I wanted to say about the patches, I started wearing the glutathione patches and the X39 on my stomach, and I have a rash after I wear it. I don't know if like there's inflammation in my stomach, or I'm just more sensitive there. Like kind of like you, Grant, where you wear patches for kind of too long, you start to get a rash. I don't know.
Right,
Well,
right.
could it be an allergy though? Because I mean, we know.
Maybe the
We
adhesive.
Yeah, I was going to say we understand the technology of and the importance of phototherapy and all that, but in order for it to stick to your stomach, it's got to have some kind of adhesive on it. I
Could,
have
could,
uh, I have a relative who's very allergic to adhesive.
Cause I wear anything else, I don't have a rash
It could be.
anymore. So
Could it
I'm not
be a detox thing from the glutathione? Is it possible to be right on that?
that area.
Oh yeah, that's interesting, Daniela, because when because sometimes I wear I wear a patch on my, I guess, on my breastplate, between my right here.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I get kind of a rash, or it starts to itch and becomes uncomfortable. But that's the only place on my body that I have that kind of
Because
reaction.
I used to get a rash and itchy here, but then when I put it there like any other times now, I don't get a rash or itching. So that's why I think it's detoxing. But because I asked Dr. Stacy before, she said it could possibly either one from the adhesive or it could be the detoxing.
Well, that makes sense. Maybe that's why Dr. Stacy suggested that I take binders. Um,
What's the binders again? What's that?
the binder here, I'll show you. Let's see if I can get one. This one right here. I don't know. Is it reversed or?
Binder, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
binder. I don't
Norman
remember what
had
that.
some he had a reaction to the binders. He doesn't it may be more specific to your situation, right, Norman? You said last week that
Well, there's all kinds of binders. I mean, there's different types,
Right.
and I don't know what she recommended for you, Grant. Um,
She just said just get a basic binder. I think this has got charcoal and zeolite
Oh,
and
right, charcoal, right.
oh, what else does it have in it? It has some other.
so I would be. So here's my thing. I would be very careful with zeolite, kind of like I was saying earlier about methylene blue. Not
Mhm.
They're not the same by any stretch. I think binders have much better use, but zeolite could be contaminated with heavy metals. It just may not be a pure form. Activated
Right.
activated charcoal you can get from coconut shells. David Asprey Bulletproof makes one that's supposedly pretty good quality. Um, Activated charcoal is probably going to be the mildest of binders. There's bentonite clay. There's
Mhm.
That was the other thing I was thinking is the bentonite.
yeah.
This
Um,
this one has. God, I can't even read it. My glasses are not good enough.
but another thing that we could recommend people to consider, and maybe some of the audience already does this, would be detoxifying baths.
Mhm.
Like some of these things could be in the bath water, whether it's bentonite or magnesium
And that's really
or boric acid or whatever, and then you're just pulling it through the skin.
What about Epsom's?
Epsom salts is
so
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And
I did a
might be
video on these detoxing baths years ago, and I haven't really pursued it. But yeah,
Well, we really don't have a
well,
bathtub
we don't
here,
really have a
so
bathtub.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't have a bathtub. Well,
But I know.
can't you just do a foot bath, Norm? Can't you do the detox through a foot bath?
maybe or a sauna or go to the gym or go to a sauna place or whatever. I mean, listen, I think that the bottom line is you just want to detox slowly but
yeah.
Yeah.
consistently but slowly.
I with the binders that I take, I only take them every other day. I don't take them every day.
Yeah, yeah, good idea.
That's good.
Just
Yeah.
because I want to go gentle into the night. That's how that poem
Yeah.
goes.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we've dealt with a
Yeah, it's
variety of
very
subjects,
good.
and
Yeah.
But let me just, hey, Ellie, let me just wrap this up.
yeah. Go
Grant,
ahead.
if you're interested in a Munitech that makes the Munical, let's get you signed up under Ellie. And it's the same concept. I think it's a little less expensive. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And the product, comes to your house, and we could do a Zoom about how to use it, and you're off and running. And if anybody on the show wants to, do the same thing, we can help them get signed up.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to do anything to help my condition.
Yeah.
Between the stroke and the diabetes, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to get healthy, and I'm willing to be Like,
Well, it also doesn't hurt to wake up in the morning and get a shot of protein, because then you can, you can keep fasting if you want to,
Mhm.
but also protein helps you avoid, you know any kind of, like, maybe attraction you have to sweets or carbohydrates,
Yeah.
or whatever.
so when you mean a shot of protein, like protein
I'm saying
powder?
I'm saying that the whey protein isolate and
Oh, I see.
protein is all. We didn't talk about protein. I'm just saying that's also another benefit of it.
Oh, it's a source of protein, is what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whey, the
Mhm.
Yeah.
what do you call it? I
Uh,
Whey
um,
whey protein.
no,
WHEY.
no, I know it's
Protein.
but it's a special kind. Wh-
That's
Oh, whey protein isolate plus
yeah.
Isolate.
plus
I,
bonded cysteine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it'll really help Grant too, because I know I don't have what you're going through, but I could just feel, as in myself, that it'll help you in the same way.
Daniela has been. I mean, her speech has been very highly
Like
improved
right now, I
fr
could keep
from the
talking.
X39 and the X49. But she feels that when she takes the whey protein as well,
Well, with
she
the
goes to
booster,
with the booster.
yeah.
She goes to a higher level, and she feels comfortable making videos when she's taking the whey protein on top of the
Yeah,
it is an investment, but I I don't know of a better investment. I mean, the
yeah,
best investment is probably your health.
Right.
I think so. Anyway, I just wanted to wrap it up. I know we're introducing a whole nother
yeah.
layer of, and it's scary to people to think that, oh my gosh, there's so much money and all this other stuff. But when you think about it, people do not hesitate to shell out tens of thousands of dollars for insurance to people who are not interested and have no connection to health or um, or making people healthy. They have a connection to disease and keeping you sick, which sounds pretty extreme, but if you follow the whole course of events in the last couple of years, it's pretty obvious that big pharma is not is not what it's supposed to
Uh,
be.
they're not our friends.
Right.
I think
So
that's just
anyway, I also want to compliment both Norman and Grant on rising to the occasion and really getting your technologies down. And we're
Yeah,
becoming a better, this it's a better produced video. And my compliments to you guys. We're also learning always
yeah,
to move forward. But this is an example of that everybody can do it themselves. You don't have to be, you don't have to be Harvard educated. In fact, if you're Harvard educated, you might be involved in that scam they got. Oh my God, the organ harvesting. I mean, whatever.
oh,
But anyway, it may not be a good thing to be a Harvard expert anymore. But anyway, we will reconvene next week, and I thank everyone who's supported us with the products and who's coming to visit our thing. What we did get a mention of Brazil nuts in
yeah,
here, I guess, for selenium, but
Yes.
that's
Yes.
we can talk about
yeah.
that next week. But I
Next.
just want to thank everyone, and
can we also next time talk about apricot seeds?
Sure.
sure,
Sure, yeah.
why not? We should talk about everything. All right, guys. Well, eat your broccoli and
Yeah. Broccoli sprouts.
let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock
Rock the
the
world.
world.
Back to the
All
world.
right.
All right, guys.
See you
Thank you,
soon.
Nice
Grant.
to see you
Thank
again.
you,